what can I say? I'm alive.
Hi, I'm Barbara Niven. I'm an actress and a speaker and a media trainer. And I worked with Julie Renee recently, and she basically saved me.
And nothing was helping, and nothing that was available there at that time at the hospital was helping. And it suddenly occurred to me that I needed to call Julie Renee, and she came out as soon as she could to be with my mother in the hospital and do a healing session with her right then. And that evening, my mother was able to eat the soup that we had brought for her. A couple hours later, off the IVs, next day came home.
So I just want to tell you that there is so much more possible than what meets the eye. And how I came to my work, and I should have started with this, but how I came to this work as a miraculous healer is that when I was a young girl, I was exposed to the atomic bomb. And I became very, very ill. And I didn't become ill right away. It was slow moving. And by the time I was 24, I was terminal. And it had gone undiagnosed because we didn't know about the exposure. We were on vacation in the Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico deserts when they were testing the bomb. And so it was just eating away at my insides. So my outsides look beautiful, and my insides look like a Hiroshima survivor.
Well, I was sick for about 14 years. I was in actual bed for a year, and I had 3 small girls. It was a really hard time. So we did, I've done a lot of different types of work with Julie Renee, and it was interesting to heal me physically. We did a lot of energy work and spiritual work, and it's been so amazing.
Hi, my name is Carrie Jacobs Ballard, and my website is www.getmoredoneInLessTimeNow.com. And I am here at the Julie Renee Apprentice program, and I am so excited to share this information with you. I've been a life coach, an executive coach for professionals over the last decade, and now I've always been looking for the next best tool, and I think Julie Renee has created it. And so that's why I am so excited to be in her apprentice program. And now I see the possibility of doing so many things for myself, healing myself, my family and loved ones, and also integrating this into my coaching program. So if you have any interest whatsoever in taking control of your life and making it miraculous, then come join us in the apprentice program.
And so when they took the first part of me out, the doctors were just in shock. They were just like, oh my God, you have days to live. And they did all kinds of really emergency drastic stuff because I was pregnant with my 3rd child at 24 with terminal cancer. So I had 2 surgeries. I was pregnant with him, and then I just wanted to get to the birth. I just wanted to give birth to him. I wanted to make sure that my body stayed alive to give birth to my son. So he's my little savior in a way. He made me like really fight for it. I fought for my life, you know.
Hi, my name is Christine Wilson. I'm 75 years old, and I'm an RN, and I work in an acute care hospital, but my love is holistic health. I have met Julie Renee several times for sessions, and it helped me a lot, and I am now an apprentice in her Miraculous healing program. And I hope I can pass on some of her modalities of healing. I'm all excited. I'm very grateful this is offered. I hope you join us.
There was a point about a year into this illness where I was 96 pounds, and I'm 5'6", so 96 pounds is like bones, you know, with a little bit of skin holding me together. And I fell on the floor. I just collapsed, and I said, oh my God, I'm dying right here. And I laid on the floor for a long time. And I thought, no, I'm not ready to go. And so my strong faith was like, I was just like, God, I'm not ready to go. I feel like there's something more for me here. And at that moment, as a very young mother, I said, I want to stay around at least to see my children graduate from high school, and then at least to see them get married, and at least to see grandchildren. And I did this kind of bargaining with God, like, please, I need to stay. I can't go now. This is the wrong time. And somehow, after a few hours of laying on the floor by myself in my house, I managed to crawl into the kitchen, and I had a little bit of sustenance, and I did a lot of praying, and I got quite a bit better. I was able to start eating. I hadn't eaten in weeks. The illness had affected my ability. It was in my here. It affected my ability to eat, and I just started just eating. And so I put on 50 pounds in 6 months, which was good because I needed it. I did 17 surgeries and 10 years of radiation. Now, that was not my Garden of Eden. I asked God to survive. I forgot to put in the recipe that I want Garden of Eden. I just forgot. And so I survived. I spent 2.5 years of my life, if you calculate all the days in the hospital, I was 2.5 years in the hospital. On IVs, on oxygen, on, a couple times I had like transfusions, and it wasn't a picnic.
Hi, my name is Dr. Laura Darby. I'm an age management medicine, integrative medicine and wellness physician in Denver, Colorado. My website is www.unpeelyourself.com. And I'm here to tell you about my experience with Julie Renee and let you know about her new Miraculous Healing Apprentice program. So I've known and worked with Julie Renee for over 5 years now, and she has done healings for not only myself but also my dogs and my parents, and I've seen a huge difference in what that has done for myself and them, and made a difference in our health and well-being in our lives. And so I am so excited about that I have signed up to be one of her 12 apprentices in our Miraculous Healing program, and I am looking forward to incorporating all of these techniques in my medical practice.
6 years ago, it dawned on me that I wasn't in my Garden of Eden. I was surviving, but I was in pain. I was having to have surgeries every couple of years. I was on medications I didn't want to be on. I was not living my happy life. I was surviving. And I had survived for like 20 years now at that point, and I wasn't feeling it. I was like, okay, but this isn't a great life. So I went into my own garden. I just have a little prayer garden out the front door of my house. And I just said, I'm just going like Buddha. I'm just going to be like Buddha. I just know there's something better for me here. So every day I went into my garden and I chanted. And that was what I was talking about. Gratitude raises your energy. But my way of raising my energy was chanting. So I'd spend like half an hour chanting. I had lived in India before, and I really had the chanting down. And that was like chanting to the God of love, the goddess of love. And so I'd get my energy like really blissed out, and I was like, woo, this is really good. And then I'd just sit there and I'd just ask God to show me what I needed to do next. And I'd get these great downloads about, oh my God, how are cells regenerated? God was like sending me pictures of how to fix myself, And so after 2 weeks only, so for like 14 days in the garden, I emerged from the garden without pain. Now, this is huge because if you knew me back then, my friends often picked me up off the floor and brought me to the emergency room because I would pass out from the pain. I would be in so much pain for so long that I would just collapse, and it was a routine thing. The emergency room people knew me. They gave me 5 shots of morphine when I got in there within a half an hour. They had loaded me up with everything they could, wrapped me up in hot blankets, and they'd all come and console me. They go, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart, we love you. You're going to be okay, and they just like drug me to oblivion, and then I'd leave the emergency room the next day to carry on. So to emerge 2 weeks only of meditating and to emerge myself from the garden with zero pain was an absolute miracle for me. And in those preceding weeks, I managed to actually cure myself of asthma. I had been hit by a car walking in the neighborhood a few years, like 10 years ago, and they said I would never walk normal, and I bet none of you even know this in here, but I was broken all the way down my right side. I was a long-distance runner in high school, and I started running. I actually regenerated the body well enough to not just have trouble, they said I'd have trouble standing, that I should use a 3-prong cane, and that I was permanently disabled. So I got the get out of jail card. I've got the blue card because they really wrote me off. They said, you're never going to walk again, not normal. You're never going to dance and you're never going to run. So I had spent some time in a wheelchair and I'm like, forget this. And I was up on 2 canes. And I was out on the trails with canes, you know, like walking around the Civic Center Park and whatever. I was not going to surrender. But this was an absolute miracle. I'm running, last summer I was running 30 miles a week. You know, just from you're never going to walk again, you're never going to dance again, get used to, you know, I just don't believe that. And that's how I got to where I am now, which is teaching about miraculous healings. And all the things that I teach are things that I've done on myself. So I'm the grand experiment. I am my own science experiment. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that'll work. Oh, I'm going to tweet that.
Yeah, I mean, even though I had pretty good health before I started seeing Julie Renee, which has been about 3 months now, after doing the tune-up work with her, the one-on-one sessions and the supplements, my energy level just skyrocketed. And it's just, I just wake up with joy and lots of energy and look forward to the day now. So it's been a big increase. I feel like I've really gotten tuned up at many different levels. And I've also had a big weight release. I probably have dropped about 25 pounds, and without a lot of effort, it's just melted off. And it feels wonderful. It has really contributed to my sense of well-being, my self-esteem, you know, my energy level. And it's just a wonderful feeling. It wasn't that hard to drop using her methods.
I don't know how she does it, and I don't care how she does it. The proof was in how I felt. I felt better, and I feel like I've been regenerating and getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Hi, I'm Reverend Julie Renee, and I'm here with the youngest member of our Apprentice program, the Miraculous Living Apprentice program. And why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and tell them how old you are?
I'm Lauren Jacobs, and I'm 18 years old.
Yay! All right, and Lauren, what are you doing in school? What are you up to?
I'm actually at Johnson County Community College right now, and I'm hoping to go to St. Louis University. I live in Kansas City, and I graduated high school a semester early, and I'm at the community college at my school taking psychology right now. And I'm hoping to be an art therapist, which is why I'm in this program, to learn more about psychology and the brain, and hopefully being able to take this on to my occupation in the future.
Fantastic. So that's it. I mean, we talked about this. We did some healings. Actually, we did some healings on your brain. And, you know, early on, she was diagnosed with attention deficit, and she's had a little bit of a challenge in her life. And we did just a couple healings, and she got better. And she saw some possibility for herself to really have like this bigger life. And it's been so fun to work with Lauren. And we're just so happy to have an 18-year-old taken on the Apprentice program. So welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So that's how I came to the work. And then, of course, there's always that there's always that element of money that if you are in the hospital and then you have to recover, then whatever you've built up goes bye-bye. And so you don't have it again and you have to keep generating. So I wanted a way to generate wealth effortlessly, in grace and ease, easily. Just, you know, turn on my magnets and let them roar. And so that is actually what I've accomplished. And I have happy to report that things are very good in my financial world. And that's what I want to share with you, is that, you know, you can reprogram your DNA. She doesn't need to reprogram anything. She's just perfect the way she is. So you can reprogram your DNA. You can get better. I mean, if you have an illness, listen, it's not the end of the world. You can get better. You can get better. If you have an emotional illness, if you have a love illness, if you have a spiritual illness, you can get better. A lot of times people don't realize that problems in their money space is a spiritual illness. It's a spiritual illness. So we gotta actually treat the illness. And it's not really treating, it's actually like bringing it back up to where it could be, where the possibility was. And so we really need to look at what's going on in our spiritual body. And the thing I love about the work that I do is You know, first of all, I have so many doctors that come to me for healings because they know that Western medicine is limited. There's about 25% that they understand, and then it's a guessing game. But with the miraculous healing work that we do, we get to all points. We get to the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. And we really can do a much, much deeper evaluation on what's up. And I don't evaluate and leave people alone. We fix everything we find. And so people get better. And their money life gets better, their love life gets better, their health gets better. It all gets better all at once. So
I have only known Julie Renee since the end of February of 2010. And I'm sitting here now, and it's April 7th, and it's just like a time travel. It's like I gone in a capsule and went into the future. And that's the only way to describe it. It's surreal from not only my standpoint, but from the standpoint of friends and family who can absolutely not believe what has happened to me.
Hi there, my name's Tom Atkin, and I've been running a company called AE Video and Web Design for quite a few years, doing video production, web design, internet marketing, media transfers, duplication, anything media. And feel very blessed to have a lot of skills, including some spiritual practices that I've acquired. And I like to bring those spiritual practices into what I do, and it just really enhances what I'm doing. So a few years ago, I met Reverend Julie Renee, actually about 4 years, and I've been working with her ever since, doing video projects, doing website, doing all kinds of different projects with her. And one of the most amazing things is to watch her do her magic, do her healings, not only in person, not only over the phone, but to actually feel the magic happen while she's doing it, you know, personally, to watch it, to feel it, to watch it happen to your own body as she is performing her magic is the most amazing feeling. And then along comes this miraculous healing program where she wants to teach people what she does. I signed up immediately. I'm blown away. I'm signed up immediately because, you know, I'm thinking to learn her skill set, to learn her systems, her techniques, to have her skills in my skill set is not only going to help me to help people, to help the community, to help the environment, but I think, you know, you could almost conquer the world with this type of information, with this type of skills, with this blessing. So I'm very excited to be part of this program, part of this adventure. And I highly recommend that you join us. Come on board, be with us, hang with us, learn this most amazing skill set, and help us heal the world. You know, and come on, guys, come on in. You know, let's do it. So, again, my name is Tom Atkin. Namaste. See you down the road.
I'm just happy to be alive. The doctors at Stanford even told me I was dying. The surgeon did the work on me. Can't believe that I'm here.
She's a miracle worker. That's all I have to say. Thanks, Julie.